biggest news of 2023 has already happened. Manchester City have been charged by the Premier League after serious financial regulations have been breached. These breaches go back to as far as 2009. And right now there are still so many questions as to what's going to happen with Manchester City. Are they going to get a slap on the wrist, or are they going to get their club completely destroyed? Today, I'm putting my spin on what I think should happen. We have relegated Manchester City automatically to the championship, and this has triggered a domino of effects. The club has been sold and the club has officially gone bankrupt. We've had no other choice but to add Manchester City's players to the free agents list, and only their 18 lowest rated players remain. The transfer budget has been completely destroyed, and somehow, some way, we have to survive and rebuild with Manchester City. So this is what our default starting lineup is now looking like. We are absolutely screwed in some areas of the pitch. It's a weird one though, because we do have some young players, but not many of them are the best young players from Manchester City. And with only a couple £1 million to the club's name now, we might not even survive this season in the championship. We also have no reserves, so we can't sell any players to begin this career mode. So you might have seen, we only had 2 defenders in the entire club, which is why I've made a signing that none of you guys probably ever expected. It is a move purely to help us survive this season. Kyle Bartley. Yeah, Kyle Bartley is going to be our new star centre-back, joining us from West Brom for £960,000. These are truly bleak times at the Etihad. And another player coming across from another championship club to hopefully help save us this year is Jake Cooper, as we sign him from Millwall. I want this man so bad. I want to sign Mario Balotelli so badly, but we just don't have the money. Mario, I will have you back in Manchester City colours by the end of this rebuild. But for the meantime, we're going to go for a striker regardless, because our best rated striker behind Liam Delap is 63 rated. So who else? Another championship merchant. It is Dwight Gale, Mr. Reliable himself. £1.7 million. Can we get it over? Stoke are playing a little bit of hardball here. Come on, Stoke. Don't be tough. Just let me get Dwight Gale. We're a struggling club, Manchester City. 1.85. We're not going to be able to afford his wages. And on the third try of asking, they accept 1.7. We're going to have to be tight with our money here. There we go, lads. We've done our business nice and early here. Dwight Gale, please, mate. Please help us survive. Also, we don't have any insane... Why do we have 3 goalkeepers in our youth academy? Come on, man. I'm going to promote this Popov guy, and I'm going to promote his cousin, Petr Kozlov, to the... just for squad numbers to the team. These other 2, though, they need to go. Why do we have so many goalkeepers? But this is the team that is tasked with somehow helping Manchester City survive relegation in the championship this year. I don't know what to expect from this season. I hope the signings we've made are going to go far enough. I need to get Scott Carson, I need to get you onto the bench and get Trafford in between the sticks now. But this is going to be one hell of a challenging time. Oh God, the championship is really doing its thing. We are 16th now on 35 points. Luckily, we're 11 points clear of Rotherham, but it is not safe at the moment. There's still so much to do if we want to survive. Although, if we have a good second half of the season, maybe we find ourselves in the playoffs. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit hopeful. Also, I didn't clarify this at the start of the video, but I did put Burnley up into the Premier League in place of us because they are absolutely killing it right now. And apparently Tommy Doyle, who I wanted to be one of our star centre midfielders, wants out of the club. Sick. And there we go. We've given in to Tommy Doyle's demands and sold him to Hamburger for £2.45 million. He doesn't believe in our project. He doesn't believe in Mr. Rebuild. Meanwhile, I'm trying to sell Marlos Moreno, but every time they get to contract talks, he's rejecting it. But selling Tommy Doyle has allowed us to add an upgrade to the midfield. It is Cammy Devlin, who is joining us here from Hearts for £2.3 million. He's taking Scottish football by storm. He's one of Australian football's best midfield prospects, and now he's a Man City player. Here's to hoping his signing can help us survive this relegation battle. We finish. Oh my God. We had a stinker. We had an absolute stinker of a second half of the season. We finished 5 points from safety, or 5 points clear of the relegation zone. We're not relegated. Oh God, that is a massive tick in the right box. We survived relegation. Step 1 complete. Scrolling up the table though, the promoted teams are going to be Norwich and Sheffield United. Chelsea did win the FA Cup. We lost to Huddersfield in the round 3. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. West Ham won the Carabao Cup. Huddersfield Town have been promoted back to the Premier League, however. It is Juventus, another club that are in trouble for financial regulations. It is Juventus winning the Champions League. Of course, though, I made sure that we were not in our Champions League group. That would just be silly if we were in the Championship and in the Champions League. AC Milan won the Europa League, and it is West Ham getting their revenge from last year and winning the Conference League. We are saying goodbye and thank you, though, to Scott Carson, who is retiring at the end of this season. Signing Dwight Gale has seemingly saved our asses this season. Dwight Gale getting 15 goals in the Championship. Whew. This season was basically one massive panic attack, but it's okay, lads. We survived, and we're into season 2 now with Manchester City. I don't want to be in the relegation battle this year, lads. I'm going to try getting ourselves a huge upgrade in between the sticks. Again, not really favoring youth in this negotiation, favoring just someone that's ready for now. We can think about youth in certain aspects of the park, but certain others, we just need to make sure that we are thriving. So, Sam Johnson, Crystal Palace, they want 7.1. My chief executive lied to me. I'm going to come back and try hitting with his market value of £6 million. Patrick Vieira, stop. How about 6.3 Vieira? I don't want to pay much more than that, and they are going to accept it. You beauty. Get in there, lads. We have got ourselves a new number 1. Trafford he's a good prospect. He still is, but the thing is, he's 66 rated. We get Sam Johnson, and we get a +10 upgrade. That could be the difference between relegation and like not getting relegated, obviously. But there we go. The first player out of the club this season is Dario Sarmiento, who is off to Cadiz for the season. And I really do want the career of Trafford to do well, which is why I'm not going to let him rot away on the bench. I'm going to send him out on a 2-year loan move to Genk. No matter how much I try to sell Marlos Moreno, I just think he's allergic to wanting to leave Man City. Guess who's back? Mario Balotelli. Let's go. I'm so happy to do this. When I woke up this morning, I did not expect to be signing Mario Balotelli in a Manchester City rebuild, but here we are. One of my all-time favorite players. He knows how to score goals for City. He is just an absolute stud, and hopefully he's going to help us get out of our current predicament. Mario Balotelli, welcome back to Manchester City. And you guys already know, we have to give Mario Balotelli back his world-famous number 45 jersey number. There we go, Mario Balotelli with the 45. It feels right again. I would have loved to get Moreno out of the club, and probably Dwight Gale as well, just to get some more money in, but it is what it is. The starting 11 is coming together nicely. It's just a matter of who's going to step up and who's going to grow nicely where we need to improve. We've survived the championship relegation battle once. Let's not find ourselves there again. Been a good month for us though. Manager of the month in the championship. Let's go. The push to get Manchester City back into the Premier League is well and truly alive here. We currently sit 4th in the championship playoff picture, although we could lose a game and be out of the playoffs. Oh my God. It is an absolute miracle. We actually sold Marlos Moreno. We get £2 million back for it. I never thought I'd see the day, but I'm going to really try making the push here to get ourselves promoted to the Premier League. We are going to sell our first ever signing, Kyle Bartley, to Fulham FC. It's an extra £1.3 million in the piggy bank, and that's about what, £400,000 profit from season 1. So wheeling and dealing out here in Man City, boys. And there we go. Got ourselves a new centre half. It's a slight upgrade, but like it's going to help us much more long-term. Ben Wilmot, same overall as Carl Bartley, but what, 8 years younger? £3.5 million spent on the English centre half. Hopefully he can get us over the line and back up to the Prem. We have missed out on the playoffs by 1 point. Our goal difference was superior to Preston's, but they finish 1 point ahead of us. We only had 8 losses all season, but man, those draws have absolutely killed us. Bournemouth have had a belter of a season. They're automatically promoted alongside Fulham, so at least Carl Bartley's headed to the Prem. But as we scroll down the Premier, the Championship table, it is Sunderland, QPR, and Ipswich getting relegated. Aston Villa win a crazy FA Cup final against Liverpool, and Chelsea have won the Carabao Cup. Middlesbrough, Michael Carrick taking Middlesbrough up to the Prem. Barcelona win the Champions League final. West Ham, they've gone from Conference League winners to Europa League winners, meaning they're definitely winning the Champions League next year. And Udinese have won the Conference League. Mario Balotelli, I absolutely love you. This is why we brought him in. The man knows how to score at the Etihad. Our top goal scorer, 24 goals, for Mario Balotelli. Also, let's not sleep on Morgan Rogers, 17 and 13. He's turning into a stud. One player retiring this year, though, it is going to be Dwight Gale. Our top scorer from last season, officially retiring from the beautiful game. Thank you, Dwight. For me this year, the 2 goals are on the pitch, obviously get promoted to the Premier League. And number 2, in our transfer strategy, I want to stop thinking about surviving just one season at a time and start thinking about, okay, how can we sign players that are going to get us an upgrade now and also benefit us in 5-10 years time? Which is why the first signing of this 3rd season is going to be for a regen player, Kevin Clark, a Northern Irish centre-half. We've signed him from Watford for £7.8 million. And we are going to get rid of some of our older players now, really try to get the squad really firing on all cylinders. Jake Cooper did us an absolute solid during his time at the Etihad, but it's time to go. I did not necessarily want to sell Diego Rosa, but he wanted out of the club. It's not the end of the world, but we managed to get £4 million for the Brazilian midfielder. One of English football's best young midfield prospects, however, will be joining us here from Arsenal. It is Charlie Patino, moving up north from the Emirates to the Etihad for £3.7 million. And it's another year, another loan move for Dario Sarmiento. Promotion back to the Premier League is the ultimate goal here in season number 3. No ifs, buts, or maybes. We need to get Man City back in the top division. This is how the starting lineup is looking ahead of the season, but I have kept a little bit of money to the side just to see how the season unfolds and see where we may or may not need improving. We're basically in the exact same position we were last year, although, I mean, it's only 6 points, but we are, or 8 points, I suppose, from 7th place West Brom, but we are a little safer and a little closer to the automatic zone than we were last season. Those, again, the draws. Watford have had double the amount of losses that we have, but they sit 2 points ahead of us. We need to get the draws out of our bloody game. When I signed Curtis Patino at the start of the year, it was between Patino and Bove on who I tried to sign. Eduardo Bove has had an unbelievable start to the season and clearly made me regret my decision to not sign him in the summer. We've overspent now compared to how he was in the opening window. His value's gone down, but 75 overall midfielder Italian Eduardo Bove, I'm calling him Bove because I'm a bogan, is joining us here at Man City. And I'm actually going to throw up Charlie Patino on the loan list for the remainder of the season. And there it is, lads. Charlie Patino is off on a short loan move for the remainder of the season. Ironically, he can't get a start with us, but gets a start with Everton in the Premier League. Come on, lads. We're back in the Premier League with Manchester City. Automatically, that is such a close title race as well. Identical record to Norwich City, however, they have scored more goals, so we are headed up. Automatically, Centurions, only 5 losses. What a season. Scrolling down the table, the relegated sides, however, are going to be Plymouth Argyle, Sheffield Wednesday, and unfortunately, Wigan Athletic. Tottenham did win the FA Cup this year. Fair play to Sunderland for making it to the semis. And Aston Villa won the Carabao Cup. Bad season to be Man United. Nottingham Forest will be joining ourselves and the Canaries in the Premier League next year. Another Champions League final and title for PSG. Take back what I said about Man United not having a good year. They won European silverware, which is better than us for all I can say. We're coming for you though. And it's FC Nantes taking down Wolverhampton in the Conference League final. God damn, some of our attackers have absolutely killed it. Morgan Rogers, 22 goals and 8 assists. Liam Delap, I was honestly getting a little concerned about his lack of productivity in this video, but he steps it up and gets himself 21 goals and 2 assists. And Mario Balotelli, despite going down 3 overall, despite being 34 years of age, has still managed to bag himself 20 goals. I love this man. Here we go, lads. Finally back in the Premier League with Manchester City. We've endured the initial storm, but things are about to get so much more intense. So we're officially back in the Premier League with Manchester City, but there is a glaring hole in our squad that might just lead to us getting relegated. And that is in the striker role. We have got an aging 71 rated Mario Balotelli and a 74 rated Liam Delap. I don't know if this striker combination is going to help us survive the relegation battle. So I want to get an experienced striker in the squad first things first to upgrade on Mario Balotelli. So Enes Ünal is exactly who I'm after, the Turkish striker here at Aston Villa. Let's see if we can bring him to the Etihad. They want a lot. Steven Gerrard wants so much money. No wonder you got sacked. 32, let's say 31.6 million pounds here for Unal. They say 33.1, and I'm happy to accept that. There we go, lads. Our life in the Premier League begins with a new striker signing, the Turkish striker signing of Enes Unal. I don't expect this guy to be here as our star man for the entire rebuild, but this is really going to help us survive this year. There is a lot of loan moves I want to be making this season, though. The first of which is going to be for Filip Stevanovic, who is off to Granada for a season. This one's actually not a loan move, but it basically may as well be. Kieran Slicker. We got £180,000 for him. That is nothing. And we are going to line up another loan move here for Charlie Patino. He's off to Marseille for 2 years. So once he comes back from this loan spell in the French league, he'll probably be good enough to be our starting center midfielder. Got ourselves an absolute bargain of a signing here, though, for a new striker. It is the Serbian wonder kid, Marko Lazetic, who is joining us from AC Milan for £17 million. And since we've got ourselves a new look striker combination, I'm going to send Liam Delap out on loan for the season. I hope he's our striker to win a Champions League with us, but he just needs a little bit more growth, and I don't know if playing in the Premier League is going to do it for him. Like, in terms of our squad, I don't want to grow a 75, 74 rated player whilst we're trying to survive relegation. Also, we're going to make a massive signing here. Cesar Azpilicueta is going to be a Manchester City player. It's a free agent pickup, and he's going to give us some great quality in our reserves and in the centre-back position. Yeah, that has to be an A. Seriously, so many questions ahead of this season. I am looking forward to having them answered. I just want us to survive relegation. Anything could happen to us. Just as long as we're not headed back down to the championship, then I'm going to be a very happy man. But something that would also make me a very happy man is if you guys subscribed to the channel if you do enjoy the content. I mean, if you don't, then I'll go f myself. But if you love the content, if you enjoy it, make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. Oh God, all right, we're in the relegation zone. We need to lock ourselves in, lads. We're only 5 points from safety, so it is not all doom and gloom. But we need some serious work done to this squad if we're going to survive. And honestly, we don't really have much money to do that, so I might have to take some big risks. Or I could just jump ship and take the Southampton job offer. It's tempting, but nah, we gotta stay at City. So Charlie Patino's gone up +2, now making him 1 overall higher than Cam Devlin, so I'm gonna recall him early from his loan. I'm gonna add Cameron Devlin to the transfer list as much as it hurts. And I'm also gonna add Ben Wilmot to the transfer list here and try signing ourselves a top quality centre half this window, because we don't have a crazy amount of money, but we need some serious work if we're going to survive this battle. This could make or break this rebuild, but this is why Mr. Rebuild takes the big money home. He does things that other managers are too afraid to do. And there it is, lads. As much as it pains me to do this, we've had to make a tough call and sell Cammy Devlin to PSV Eindhoven for £8.5 million. And Ben Wilmot also leaving the club. It's time for us to make a massive upgrade at the centre half role as we sell Ben Wilmot to Villa for £16.3 million. And there it is, lads. We have scraped together the last bit of our transfer budget as we sign Victor Just here from Bournemouth, the Spanish centre half, joining us for £25.5 million. It's not a crazy upgrade, but that +2 might be the massive difference we need to survive relegation at the end of the year. So here we are on the final day of the Premier League season. 1 game to go. We currently sit 2 points clear of the relegation zone, but a loss might just see us get relegated. We need a win or even a draw. A draw will hopefully be enough for us, but a win guarantees survival for another season. We're at home. We're facing Southampton, who sit 13th. Are we going to survive our first season in the Premier League with Manchester City? The scoreline, we win 4-3. We're staying up. That's a crazy last game of the season, but we have survived relegation with City. So there we go, lads. All things considered, we finish 14th in the Premier League, which helps quite a lot. It is going to be Leicester, Brentford, and Bournemouth all getting relegated though, whilst as we scroll up the table, it is Arsenal who are currently the top dogs in English football. Tottenham have won an FA Cup. Tottenham have also won a Carabao Cup. What is going on with this video? Atletico Madrid win the Champions League. Juve win an all-Italian Europa League, and the Conference League is going, it's another Italian side in Atalanta. Yo, what? Liam Delap. No, that's gotta be a glitch. That has gotta be a glitch. +9 overall. He scored 17 goals for Everton, helping them get European football. Meanwhile, Lazetic goes up +3, and Unal comes up to an 82. What the fuck? Okay, I guess loaning him out was a good call? I know, I need to check what his potential is at. Liam Delap's potential is 89. There's a program on my computer where I can see players' potential. I see comments about it all the time. Liam Delap, here I was thinking he wasn't going to be good enough for us. What a breakout season for the striker. A massive start here to season number 5. I was looking for attacking midfield options. I looked up Mudryk, the Ukrainian guy. This is the guy that joined Chelsea in real life. Mikhailo Mudryk, I guess you pronunciate it. He's available as a free agent. It's a no-brainer. A no-brainer. We've gone in here and signed the Ukrainian left midfielder, but I'm about to try converting him through training to an attacking midfielder. I'm hoping this isn't going to take too long. 16 weeks, I can live with that. Gavin Bazunu is returning to Manchester City. He was a Manchester City Youth Academy prospect before we took over a couple of years ago in real life, but the Irish shot stopper is now becoming our #1. It's all come full circle as we sign him from Salernitana. Sam Johnson has been an absolute lifesaver in this journey, but all good things must come to an end. We're saying goodbye to Sam Johnson as we sell him to West Ham. A loan move here though for the Russian goalkeeper Kirill Popov. This is a big year for him, because if he doesn't get some half decent growth, I'm selling his ass. And we're really shuffling the deck this year. Cole Palmer, he's been a starter for us in this entire rebuild, but I'm gonna sell him. We're gonna get £41.5 million back for him, and hopefully put that towards some more upgrades in the squad. Same deal here with Unal. He was only here for 1 season. I expected him to be here for 2 or 3, but the emergence of bloody Liam Delap has been remarkable. We made about £9 million profit though, so that's not bad for a season. So we have got ourselves a lot of money here. A lot of money to go and get ourselves a world-class addition to the side. Erkan Kurtsu is the man that I want. The Turkish midfielder from Real Madrid, previously finaled in real life, I believe it is. I want this man in our squad. And £74 million, exactly what the chief executive told me I might need to offer, is what Carlo Ancelotti accepts. Absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Erkan Kurtsu is the new star player here at Manchester City. It is a return to the normal here for Man City. We're starting to slowly establish ourselves as a juggernaut once again. Surely we are not in a relegation battle again this year. This team is coming along so solid, but a lot of work needed for some certain players. We've got money in the back pocket, which we've saved after the opening window. So for players like Chust, for players like Patino, even Kaiki, we need them to step up, and we need to keep ourselves away from the relegation zone. We are so mid right now. We are mid-table, 7 wins, 6 draws, 7 losses. Our goal difference is 0. This second half of the season could go either way. We are 7 points away from 5th place Chelsea, but on the same token, we're not too, we're 12 points clear of the relegation zone and 12 points clear of Forest. So we need to step it up this season. Although it is nice to see that we are currently better than Manchester United, so a little bit of normality restored. I did say that I was leaning towards selling this man, and I've decided after just 1 year to say goodbye to Victor Chust. We're gonna sell the Spaniard to Arsenal for £35.3 million. I kind of want to see though where some of Man City's biggest players have gone, because all I did was release all of the players to the free agents list. Erling Haaland went to Bayern Munich. Phil Foden is still a free agent. I'm going to leave that for the meantime, but I'm going to keep my eye on that because I think it's almost cheating if I get them as free agents. Kevin De Bruyne is at Inter Milan. The shot stopper Ederson, where is he? He is at Inter Milan as well, a bit of a reunion. And Ruben Dias, the final player I'm going to look at, is at Chelsea. Phil Foden is a free agent, and I am I'm curious. I mean, it has been 5 years. I don't know. I'm going to ponder on that. Maybe next season we might go in for Phil Foden. I'm not sure. Because right now we have a centre half to sign. I want Wesley Fofana in this team, and we've got to beat the clock because Atletico Madrid have also approached Atalanta for Wesley Fofana. 86 rated. Nah, you're not getting Mudryk. No way. Come on, 61.3. Accepted, Atalanta. They accepted. Get in there. All right, I'm jumping straight into contract negotiations. I'm going to try sliding in behind Atletico Madrid and steal Wesley Fofana from Simeone and co. All of this is looking bloody brilliant to me. I'm going to make sure I give him a good wage to make sure he doesn't walk out of the room. £120,000 a week. Can we get Wesley Fofana as a City player? Yes, we can. Selling all of those players at the start of the season has been an absolute godsend for us. We've got Kurtzu in, and we've got Wesley Fofana into the side as well. We were unable to climb our way up the Premier League table, but fortunately, we haven't gone down it either. We have stayed in 10th, and we have survived. Next year, though, we need to build on that. Next year, I'm pushing for European football. Kind of hurts the ego a little bit, though, that Manchester United jumped us in the table. Scrolling up anyways, the Premier League champions are Liverpool. West Ham finished second, fair play. And the relegated sides here are going to be Norwich, Burnley, and Fulham. Fulham are going to be playing in the Europa League next year, whilst in the Championship. That's going to be a sight to behold. I mean, it would have been what the winner of the FA Cup was going to be playing in the Championship whilst playing Europa League regardless. That's wild. Even those semi-finals, didn't Norwich get relegated? What is going on in the FA Cup? Damn, even the quarterfinals. That is one of the... fair enough. Tottenham continue their run of terror, though, in the Carabao Cup. Inter Milan, I mean, it makes sense why they won. They've got some of our best players. Leverkusen win the Europa League, and it is going to be Newcastle United winning the Conference League. Liam Delap has just taken that next step up. Here I was not so sure about his future 2 years ago. He's gone up like 12 overall in the past 2 years and has bagged himself 27 goals on his return to Manchester City. I was definitely wrong about this kid when I said he couldn't cut it in the Prem. Saying goodbye to 3 absolute superstars. That's a lie. Peter Kozlov, not a superstar, but Mario Balotelli and Cesar Azpilicueta are no longer going to be Manchester City players. Thank you, Balotelli, for your service, but it is time to go. I didn't come into this season planning on making this departure. However, Frankfurt have come to us and offered £72 million for Taylor Harwood-Bellis. I had to do it. I had to accept that type of money. An 81 rated 25-year-old centre half. I had to accept 72 million. You might have seen him on our shortlist last season when we signed Wesley Fofana. However, we have pulled the trigger on this man this season. It is Nico Schlotterbeck joining us here from Brighton. Yeah, Brighton. They have an absolute stud on their hands, but they sold him to us for £78.7 million. And ultimately, we have decided to send Eduardo Bove back to Italy, back to his homeland. Might cause a few upsets here, but we've sent him to the other side of Rome, former AS Roma player. This time we've sent him to Lazio. In my opinion, this is fair game now. It's 6 seasons into this rebuild. If Phil Foden hasn't been signed by anybody at this point, then he's not going to be signed by anybody in the future. We've given the game, we've given the rest of the clubs a fair amount of time to try signing Phil Foden, but it is time to bring him back to the Etihad. Let's get Phil Foden here on a free transfer. I'm very happy if we can pull this off. 5-year deal. Come on, Phil. Come home, brother. I am more than happy to accept his terms here because this is an absolute steal. Phil Foden, the man we had to release at the start of the career mode 6 years later, is once again a Manchester City player. I have elected to splash a little bit of cash here on a decent backup centre half as well. Thiago Diallo is going to join us here from West Ham United for £30 million. This dude is versatile. He can play centre back, and I know we're playing a 3 at the back formation, but if that changes for some reason, he can also slot in at the right back and the left back role. So this is really a perfect utility backup signing. No way that we stay in the bottom half of the table with this team. Adding Foden, changing the formation slightly, has just done wonders to us, at least on paper. Let's see if we can do wonders on the park. Also, it's only taken a year and a half, but finally, We've got Mudryk ready to be an attacking midfielder. Will it take him up from an 83? No, it will not. Oh, god damn it. This is a very good start. Very, very good start to the season. Back where Manchester City belong. We sit second in the Premier League after 20 games, but this season is going to be a nail-biter. There is 6 points between first place and 8th place. I don't know if we're going to be playing Champions League or whether we're going to be mid-table again next year. But I'm going to keep the faith with the team right now. No business in this January window because number one, we don't really have any money. And number two, the squad doesn't really need it at this point. But I'm not going to make any business happen in this January transfer window, mainly because the squad doesn't really need it at this point. I'm happy to keep the faith. And also because we don't really have any money to spend. I had to pause it here, lads. Match day 38 approaches, the final day of the Premier League season. We sit 1 point behind Arsenal and we could win a Premier League title here. We've already qualified for Champions League football, which is a massive weight off our shoulders, but we need to win and Arsenal to drop points for us to become Premier League champions. Arsenal, you can't see it, hold up. There you go, as you can see there. Arsenal play Manchester United, we play Brighton. I'm very happy we signed Schlotterbeck. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the final day of the Premier League season. We need to do our job and win the game regardless. Come on. Man City win and Manchester United could hand us a Premier League title. Here we go against Brighton. It's a draw! No, we've bottled it. It's a draw and we're not going to be Premier League champions. Did Man United win? Is it going to pop up with the results here? Nah. Arsenal dropped points. If we won, we would have won the Premier League title. Come on, man. At least we know we're going to be playing European football, Champions League football in Season 7. So Arsenal win the Premier League, and as we scroll down the table, bloody Brighton, screw you Brighton, but Bournemouth, Forest, and Sheffield United get relegated. Wolves beat Coventry City in the FA Cup final. Burnley win the Carabao Cup. This is a weird ass rebuild. It is Atletico Madrid who are Champions League winners, Lazio win the Europa League, and Real Betis win the Conference League. Liam Delap is a bona fide superstar. Once again, +3 overall. He's 89 rated now. He gets himself 23 goals, and Phil Foden has a perfect return to Man City, 18 goals and 9 assists. I am going to be letting the contracts, though, of Slobodan Tadic and the regen player we signed at the start pop off. I'm going to let their contracts expire. But we have finally got Champions League football back at the Etihad. It's been 6.5 long years since we last played Champions League football. But let's see if we can get Man City their first ever Champions League title. I really want to put a focus this year on improving our reserves, giving ourselves backup options. We're in the Champions League. Fixture congestion is going to be a real issue for us this year. So we're going to sign ourselves a backup striker who has decent potential. 25-year-old striker John Caricaburu.
What?
Caricaburu is going to join us here from Girona. Got there in the end. I also thought it was pretty important for us to get a backup attacking midfielder as well. We're playing a formation with 2 attacking mids, so it makes sense to have somebody that's half decent. Sam Greenwood fits that description for me, and we get him on a bargain price. And the Dutch shortstopper Jay Gorta is going to be our third and final signing of this transfer window, £21.6 million for the backup goalkeeper. We knew exactly what we wanted to do this transfer window and executed to perfection. Having our bench and reserves looking so much stronger than they did overall coming into this season gives me a lot more confidence about what we could potentially do in the Champions League this season. I mean, our starting 11 is just, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It has been a long journey, but for the first time in this rebuild, I feel super satisfied with where we're at. But here is our Champions League group. It is good to be back here. We're in Group B, and we've got a bit of a fight in our hands. Leipzig, Roma, and the Polish side, Rakow. Let's see how we go. Champions League group stages have gone according to plan. Couldn't have asked for much more there. We topped the group. 1 loss is what it is. We're into the last 16 alongside RB Leipzig. But the big question, are the UEFA and FIFA gods going to actually give us a solid for once? Let's go see who we're playing in the round of 16. All things considered, we've been given a really good draw here. Club Bruges in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Get in there, lads. Arguably the best draw we probably could have been given. Desperately looking for a Premier League title here in Season 7. I did not expect to be fighting for the title, though, alongside Leeds United. They're clearly got Mr. Rebuild in an alternate universe doing a rebuild on them. All right, traveling away to Belgium here for the first leg. Very interested to see what Club Bruges' lineup is looking like. Nobody huge. They've got another Fofana in their back line. They've also got Levi Colwill, who's an absolute beast. But I would say on paper, our side is definitely stronger than theirs. Can we live up to it, though? Can we get ourselves off to a strong lead here with Manchester City? Yes, we do. It's not a strong lead, but it's a lead nonetheless. Delap with a brace. 2-1 up against Club Bruges. Let's finish the job at the Etihad. 2-1 up, but we have got a job to finish. Come on, lads. I've not done a good job at managing stamina and fitness, and that is hopefully not going to bite us in the backside. If it is, I'll wear it like a badge of dishonor. But the second leg, away in Manchester, home in Manchester. Holy shit, that was not good. We have won it on penalties. Oh my God. We win it on penalties. That is a wake-up call. That is a massive wake-up call. We barely scraped past Club Bruges on penalties. Things just got a lot more serious. We've got Liverpool in the quarterfinals, and if we expect to get past Jurgen Klopp's men playing like we did against Club Bruges, then we've got another thing coming for us. We need to step up, lock in, and show that we are the real deal this season. It's a full strength starting 11 on the park here for the first leg away at Anfield. Goal for this game is to just get ourselves the lead, but this Liverpool team, oh my God, is it good compared to the Club Bruges side we barely got past. They've got Kulusevski in there as well. They've got Valverde, Goretzka. Oh my God, first leg, 3-1. Yes! Kaiki gets a brace, Delap gets a goal. Yes, lads, that is a brilliant start. We're in a better spot heading into this quarterfinal than we were heading into the second leg against Club Bruges, which is a wild situation to be in. But we know that if we bottled that against Club Bruges, we are more than capable of bottling this against Liverpool. You're only as good as your next performance. Let's make sure this performance is one to remember. Yes, it is. No issues. Only one card. Hopefully it's not a suspension for our captain Clark, but it is going to be a brace here for Liam Delap. And we are headed comfortably to a Champions League semi. 4 teams remain in this year's Champions League, 3 of which are Italian. We are the lone wolf in this year's Champions League semi-finals, the only non-Italian side, and we're here to cause a disruption. We are versing Inter Milan though, who did take a lot of our players initially off the free agents list, so we've got a bit of a point to prove here. For the 3rd successive round, we are on the road for the first leg here, which I suppose is a good omen considering we continue to progress. They've got Edison in between the sticks though. They've got Rodri in the midfield. And I'm going to assume that's someone that was at City before our time, but Gabriel Jesus up top. So there is a fair bit of Manchester City in this Inter Milan, but let's see if we can take them down regardless. The first leg is a 2-1 win. Who else but Delap getting us the lead in the 88th minute. We actually come from behind. Again, I'm hoping Schlotterbeck, that yellow card doesn't get him suspended. I'm hoping. Judging by the lack of emails, I guess it means he's not suspended. Deep breath. We've been in this position in every single round, and it's gotten us through every single time. We are 2-1 up against Inter Milan. A spot in the Champions League final is on the line. They're rolling with, I believe, the exact same starting 11 from the first leg. We're at home. Please, guys. Please, please, please. Yes, we do. Nico Schlotterbeck, the man that I was so worried about being suspended. He proves why I didn't want him suspended, because he has scored the winning goal that is sending us to a Champions League final against either Juventus or AC Milan. And there's the answer. We're going to be versing AC Milan, the team that I most recently rebuilt on the JarradHD channel here, is our opponent for the Champions League final. So we know all about AC Milan. Taking a look around friendly grounds though. It is Borussia Dortmund winning the Europa League. Atalanta have won the Conference League. We finished 4 points behind Liverpool. Once again, we are the Cinderella in this Premier League season. We come second. Oh, it is what it is. We're in the Champions League again next year. Leeds United, though, they bottled their Premier League lead massively to finish 9th. That is a massive disappointment. Relegated, however, is Newcastle, Middlesbrough, and Stoke, so 2 of the 3 northern clubs. Again, this has happened multiple times in today's rebuild. Newcastle's going to be in the Championship, but also playing in the Europa League. Man United did win the Carabao Cup, though. Liam Delap, the arc that this dude has had in this rebuild has been absolutely incredible. That loan move to Everton transformed his career in ways I couldn't imagine. 25 goals, 6 assists for him. Foden had another great year. Marco Lazetic with a decent season. I just cannot wait to use this team in the Champions League final. Let's get into it. Man City from the brink of disaster to a Champions League final. Liam Delap, nobody deserves a tifo more than he does. Can he step up and be our hero today in North London for the Champions League final? Mount on the attack here for Milan. We try to make the tackle. He's still got the ball. AC Milan have got the numbers. They get the shot and force a huge save out of Bazunu early on here. Bruno Fernandes wearing the captain's armband for them. He's going to put in the corner here. Get that one away. Get that one away. Come on. No. Yes. Clear it. Clear it. Good. Defend. Nah, defend. I'm defending terribly right now, lads. I'm defending terribly. And it's hard to see a reason why I didn't deserve to concede that goal. Bruno Fernandes is going to give AC Milan the lead here. We've had nothing in this game so far. Can we get something to happen here? Come on, lads. Counterattack's our best opportunity. We've done nothing in this game. I'm dreadful. I'm having a stinker. Foden. Drilling that one beautifully. Come on, lads. We've got the numerical advantage here on the counterattack. Lazetic going back. I didn't want to go there. I wanted to go to our striker. Oh my God, I'm having a stinker. Yes, well intercepted there from Rodgers. Let's feed it out to him again. Morgan Rodgers, the man that started this play. One of our best players so far in the rebuild. Going there. Not doing much, man. No, they've got numbers right now. Paqueta going there to Rafael. Yeah, well blocked. Get rid of it, lads. Stroke of half time. Nah, can I change to whoever I want to? Nope. Good save, Bazunu, man. That was stressful. It wouldn't let me change to the man I bloody wanted it to. Mudryk, nice there, going to Rodgers. Rodgers, go early. Go early. Go again. Shoots it. Green beam to the top corner. Come on, that's exactly the start to the second half we needed. I was just holding, passing. I thought I might have done one too many passes, but Kaiki there has green beamed that first time and stuck that in the top corner. Look, I was like, maybe I should have shot right there, but I passed it one more time, and that was the right decision in hindsight. You can just tell Milan's stamina has gone down the drain because they're not bringing any players back. They've got so many players just hanging up there after they failed that attack. Can we get something going, though? Can we get something going? That is such a weak... What the fuck? No, okay, I need to pause right now to show you guys that I do not have, like, sliders or anything on. That is ridiculous. Oh my God, look, goalkeeper error. This is the computer. Goalkeeper ability, it's all 50. It's all 50. Our one is all 50 for user. That is somehow found the bottom left corner, and we have got the lead here. Kaiki has made it 2-1. Nah, look at this on the replay. I thought I absolutely stuffed that up there. It was basically a tackle. Magnan's at full stretch. Not much he could have done about that one. And we've got the lead. Kubo's on here for Milan. He's trying to get them back into this one. I'm going to bring some support with Rodgers. Holding down that R1 button. Get that one away. Get that one away. Just chill. Just chill. Milan are playing a bit of a press here, though, so we can use this to our advantage. Oh, yes. It's worked in a roundabout way. Look at the numbers we have. Rodgers, stay on side, please. Kurtzu, Erkin Kurtzu. Nope. Get the follow-up. Nah. Oh no, they're in front. Liao's running through. What a save of the front post, Bazunu. And we're going to stop it from going out for a corner. Go on, feed that one. We're killing them on the counter. Smart pass. Yes. Go. Rodgers. Yes. Rodgers has surely just scored the goal that is going to make us champions of Europe. That was so much quick thinking. I thought that touch there stuffed us up. But Rodgers is going to have the flair finish and is going to make it 3-1. Look at this. The no-looker. You love to see it. It's not even a no-looker. I just held down L2, but LT, but you know what I mean. Uh-oh. Mount.
Nope.
No, oh, Bazunu. That is an incredible save from you, my friend. The keeper is up for AC Milan. This is their last gasp opportunity. Get that one away. No, they've got to header back. Okay, yeah, keep celebrating. Keep celebrating, Arahu. Go and jump into the stands for all I care. We have got a lead to hold on to here for a minute and a half. Come on, I'm just passing this one around the back. I don't care about being a dickhead. I just want that Champions League title. And there it is. The referee blows the full-time whistle. We have Bankrupt, Relegated, and now rebuilt Manchester City. What a rebuild, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be the regen centre-half that we signed from Watford early on, Clark, to officially make Manchester City European champions for the first time in club history. What a turnaround. Lads, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video. Enjoy.